So good morning everyone, welcome back to the channel, and I'm just looking at one of those epic spring mornings here. Absolutely fantastic. And I drove over here and there was no sign of fog anywhere. And so I passed this place where I come so many times and it's completely filled with fog. I don't know what it is with this place, but it's just amazing. So I'm just going to try and see if I can get some unique shots that I've never shot before here. And I already found this one that I did see before about 2 years ago, but I never seen the I didn't catch the right mood in that image. So let me show you. You see, we have this big tree here on top of this hill in my right top corner, and there's another tree here a little bit lower, and there's another one over here in the bottom. So I'm taking it as a 16:9 with kind of this situation. So I want that sky in my frame because there are some really nice red looking clouds up there. But I'm shooting straight to where the sun is going to rise, so there's a lot of dynamic range. So I'm shooting high-res images here, and I'm also going to bracket these high-res images. So recently someone asked me in the comments if I ever do this. Yes, I do, but I don't always show it on the video. So in this case I'm just putting it in tripod mode, so it's in a high-res tripod image, and I'm just taking a shot, looking at the histogram. Is everything in the histogram? Yes, it is for the first image. And I'm just going to bracket these high-res images. It's going to be an enormous file, so you have to have a very good fast computer to how do we say it, to edit these images. So it's an early morning, so let's put it like this. It was 4:30 this morning when I left home, so yeah, absolutely worth it. So yeah, let me show you this shot, the bracketed version, and I think it will be amazing. So I just walked a little bit further to the front. I was just sitting just next to the path here on the left side, and I just figured that this tree looked really nice with this golden glow coming through it, and you can't see anything underneath here, just maybe a little bit, but just look at this. If you look at this side, how beautiful this tree is shaped. And I was just looking for a composition here. I'll turn the exposure up a little bit. I already took the shots. You see, I found this composition, and you can still see a little bit of the tree in that valley down there, but I just really like it. You have this green grass and then these brown leaves laying on the ground here, and the tree is just looking really nice. So I'm doing the same thing here, very high dynamic range. So I'm bracketing these high-res shots, and there's just so much fog here today that I'm not sure if we're going to get that beautiful light coming through it, but we'll see. In about 10 minutes it's sunrise, or I think the sunrise has already been done, but the sun is still behind the fog, let's put it like that. So yeah, it's just waiting until the sun is high enough to pop through this layer of fog, and then hopefully it will produce some amazing colors. So I quickly rushed back to this first composition of the tree, and just because the sun is now peeking over that foggy layer, it took some time. So it's now about 20 minutes after sunrise. So it took quite some time before it was able to hit above that fog, and this is actually a good sign because the fog isn't increasing like you see so many times here in the Netherlands. So we might have some spectacular light. So think I got this shot. Yeah, I think I do. And I just noticed this shot over here, which I would really like to photograph. So I'm gonna walk a little bit down the path here and then try to photograph this with a little bit of side light. So let's see if this turns out any good. I'll just walk over there. So I made one mistake this morning, and that is the choice of my jacket. You know, I have this very warm orange winter jacket, and I kind of figured, well, it's a spring morning, I'll take a bit of a thinner jacket and take my thinner Fl36 photography gloves. But that was not a good idea. No, definitely not. It's 1 degree at the moment, and I'm freezing here. So yeah, I definitely should have anticipated better to that. But yeah, it is what it is. They do work a little bit. If I take them off, I've got extremely cold hands. So they are still pretty nice, but I should have taken a little bit of a heavier version with me. So this is more for early spring morning, where temperatures are about 7-8 degrees. I would say something like that. Then this is the perfect glove. So if you're interested in some good photography gloves, summer, winter, spring, whatever, have a look at Fl36 photography gloves. They are amazing stuff if you make the right choice. So I've now switched to the 40-150, and I actually did that because I found the sun to be too small in the frame for an 8-25 shot, and I want to see if I can get the sun more like a subject in the image. And I did find a rather nice composition to try that with. You can see I've set up the camera, and it's all about this tree and the small one here in the right, where the sun is right above it, and it actually looks like this, and I hope you can see it. And I just didn't want any distractions in the frame, so it's only about the tree on the right and the sun in the top there. I'm doing another one of these high-res bracket shots, so every shot until today I've bracketed because it's such a high dynamic range going towards the sun. And as you can see, this foreground, it's all frozen. There's all frost over this header, and if you darken the exposure too much to make sure that the sky isn't overexposed, you lose this feeling of frozen, the frozen foreground. So that's why I'm bracketing, so I can overexpose that foreground a little bit and then still have a nice shot for that sky, and hopefully that will all work out. So that was a lot, but yeah, another one of those fantastic crazy mornings that I was begging for the whole winter, you know, and now I got a couple ones in a row. You know, what more do you want? Absolutely fantastic. And yeah, once again, I'm totally on my own, no one here. So yeah, what what more do you want? You know, the whole place for myself. Fantastic. So I don't know if you know this feeling, but somehow I'm walking around here, absolute magical conditions, and I still have the feeling that I'm not making the most of it. I'm not taking everything I can from these conditions, but you know, they are quite difficult. At least I find them quite difficult to photograph because the fog is so dense that it's difficult to find a nice composition. But I've walked on to a different part here to see if there's anything that I can photograph on this side. So there's a little bit more of the light pushing through here. There's less water here, so the fog is less dense. So I'm gonna walk over to this side and see if I can do something with it over here. So one of the things I always try to tell people is when you're out on a day like this, always try to look 360 degrees. Look what's behind you, look what's in front of you. Just keep an eye on everything. And right now I'm looking at this scene over here in the back. Let me try to show you on the camera. Well, you can see here that we've got some heather, some white heather and some fog, but just in between in the background are a couple of trees, and they actually looked quite interesting. So they're a bit in the back there, so that's why I'm shooting it with the 40 to 150. And I kind of like the moodiness of that fog coming over the tree line there. So that's what I'm trying to photograph, and yeah, hopefully it's gonna work out. I think it's a rather nice shot. So yeah, let's see. Pushing the shutter. This is it. So I found another nice spot that is only possible to photograph with the fog that we're facing here today. And I'm not quite sure if the fog is too much, too dense, but just look on the other side. Now there is this fantastic grouping of trees here. So I'm starting with this one, then you have this group of trees here, and all these trees on the left side of it are all separated from each other, and that's what caught my attention, and what I really like. And what I also like is that it's starting small, then you got the bigger trees and it goes back down again. And normally there's a very busy background there, but due to that fog you just can't see it. So I'm just trying to use it and yeah, see if this is going to work. And I'm seeing another shot here on my left that might be interesting, but I have to walk a little bit further and then face that side to photograph that one. But yeah, for now, again, I'm doing a high resolution bracket, and with every shot I'm looking if the focus is right. You know, it's very precise. I can see the needles on this first tree here, this one, so I think the focus is absolutely right. F8, and yeah, absolutely magical morning once again. So I just wandered into the forest here, and I walked across this cross section here of 4 roads, and I looked to my left and I could see a deer standing on the road on the left. So I tried to photograph it, and it walked into the bushes on the left, but at the moment it disappeared, another deer just crossed the road. And I think because the other one was a little bit more to the back, it's a bit out of focus, but you can still see the silhouette of the deer in the middle of the road with a bit of this atmospheric light rays over this path. So a bit of a lucky shot. It's a shame that it's not completely in focus, but well, you can't have them all. At least at least I still found a shot, you know. Pretty happy with that. So yeah, we're gonna continue, see if we can find some more. So at the beginning of this morning I was complaining that I took the wrong jacket and the wrong gloves, but right now I'm actually quite happy with my choice, you know. The sunlight is pushing through a little bit, as you can probably see on my face, and immediately it feels warm. So I don't want my warmest jacket and my thick gloves, but I do need some gloves. A lot of ducks here. So I'm walking towards a different area to see if I can get a photograph there. Let's just see what we can find. So the sun is a bit bright, but I've walked towards another little lake which is hidden deep inside the forest, and I've never managed to take a decent picture here, but I just figured that with the sun behind the tree line on the left, there might be some stunning light rays here, and there are a lot of light rays, but I just can't seem to use them in the right way. And yeah, I kind of like this shot over here as a 16:9, but I'm not quite sure yet. So I'm just going to take this shot and then walk a little bit further along this little lake and see if I can do something with these light rays. Well, as you can see behind me, I walked around the lake and there's this beautiful big light ray on the other side. And usually I'm not the kind of guy shooting light rays because of just light rays. I want to use it and yeah, get a subject at the end of the light ray. And right here, that isn't really the case. But as you can see in the front here, there's some fog going over the water where the light is hitting the water. And I'm just trying to use that as a sort of a subject just to photograph this shot, and just a little bit to that side. I hope you can see it. There are some nice trees, also some nice colors, but the light rays aren't there. They are only in this particular spot over here. So a geese or a duck would have been nice, but unfortunately they all flew away when I walked over this path here. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out a shot. I just took a 16:9 with a very high aperture, so I think f16 or f18, just to emphasize these light rays, to make them even more visible in the image. And yeah, I think it will be a very nice shot. So I'm gonna take another one, and I'm just thinking maybe I should stand in there myself, but it's like 5 minutes to walk around here, so I'm not gonna leave all my gear here for about 5 minutes, even though there's absolutely no one here. Well, to me, photography is just as much about getting somewhere at the right place at the right time with the right conditions as it is about knowing when it's enough. And right now I have to say it is enough. Can I still photograph things? I think so, but considering the epic conditions that I had this morning, you know, I don't see it anymore. And maybe that's because you're feeling spoiled or something like that. I don't know what it is, but yeah, how do I explain it? If you've seen that beauty this morning and it's fresh in your memory and you know that you've taken all these images, then walking around here in these conditions feels a little bit useless or something like that. And yeah, that's why I think this will be the end of today's video. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did recording it. You know, I'm so happy that spring is arriving, that we're having these cold mornings and that the temperature is rising pretty fast. So we're getting these nice, moody, atmospheric mornings again that I really like to photograph. And yeah, hopefully we will get a lot more of these over the past few weeks. And yeah, I just booked our family holiday for this summer, and I'm pretty excited about that. You will see it on the channel when the time is there. So but I'm pretty sure it will be another epic trip. So yeah, this is it. I hope you liked the video. I'm just rattling on. Please push the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and leave a comment. Let me know in the comments what you think of these images, which one is your favorite, what you like. And there's a subscribe button underneath the video somewhere. If you push that and push the little notification bell, you will get a message when I release my next video. So thanks for watching, and I just hope to see you on the next one. And yeah, I just appreciate all your support and your subscribes and your comments. So yeah, hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.